So let's just begin this. So now, since you must be visiting Gwalior for the first time, many of you may have known about Gwalior, many of you may have not been knowing about Gwalior. So let's just begin something. So on the earth, there's a very pure country, a very spiritual country, which is called India. In India, we have, in the central part, in the heart of India, we have Madhya Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh, we have Gwalior. Now, Gwalior is famous for 2 or 3 things, which are very important. The first thing is Tansen's Maqbara. The second thing is the first written evidence of zero. And the third thing is the Gwalior Fort. This is the city of Gwalior. This is how it looks. So this view is from the fort. This is how it looks from the top of the fort. This is the fort itself. It was built in the 8th century AD. That's what archaeological artifacts have told. Okay, this is another picture of the fort. This fort is legendary because it lies midway between the north of India and the south of India. And for taking control of the country, this fort was very important in all of history. Many of the kings have tried to take control of this fort in order to gain control over the country. And this is the entrance of the fort. It is called the elephant door because it's a large door. This is another view of the fort. This fort has seen moments like Rani Lakshmi Bai taking her last breath and Tatya Tope fighting with the British and many other moments. Now, a couple of weeks back, I met Director Sir, and he told me that what actually happens is that when you go to the fort, you meet a lot of guides, tourist guides, and when you ask them about the fort, they tell you the same things. So he told me that there should be some kind of a guide, there should be some kind of an application which tells you the story of the fort in the way you want to listen to it, in the way you would like to listen to it. So for that thing, I have designed this presentation, which is called. This is actually an application which I called Tourisma. Tourisma is an application which first checks your, sees your interest and then your age. Suppose I select 14 to 21, and then it will customize the presentation according to your interests and age. Now it has gathered the information. Now let's go to the presentation. Okay. Another thing that Director Sir wanted me to do was the presentation should be in such a way that anybody can use it. Anybody can just go on getting whatever information they want. It should not be just click and get the next information. You won't be able to go back to the previous information. It should not be like that. So in this particular presentation, if you click anywhere on the screen, you move to the next block of content. If you click on the bottom part of the screen, you are greeted with this menu. From this menu, you can go back to the home. Go back to the home means you can go back and select your age group and again. In the about, you can write whatever you want. It's the about section. Okay, and in the help, you get the general help about the presentation. If you click anywhere other than this, the presentation won't move. If you click on the help menu, it goes back. If you click on any of the buttons, they will have a menu. And if you click anywhere else, the menu will disappear. So this is one very intuitive interface, and then you can again go back to the presentation, again have a look at the blocks of content that are there. So this is one of the applications that I did. Now I'll just show you what other things I've done. So we have this one thing, and there's something called this is. So you all have given presentations to your class regarding a lot of subjects, right? So in each of the subjects you have some sections and subsections, and you may have subsections in your subsections. So just moving back and forth within the presentation is very complicated. So how about having a menu for a presentation, which you can click very conveniently and go to the block of information that you want. So here I have designed a menu which is themed around the same concept. So here we have a menu of states. So you first select one of the states, and you can just click that button. So that moves to the next block of states. Okay, now let's select one state. When you select a state, you get the cities within that state. Suppose the number of cities that you want to list is more than what we can display here. That is more than 5. So you can just click here. So you get a list of more cities. Click it back, it's gone. Click this back, you're again back in the main menu. Click this, and again back to the main menu. Again you can swipe and do this. Now with touchscreen devices that run on Windows, we can implement this in touchscreen devices. That was the reason that I developed the presentation in which you can touch the upper part of your screen to move to the next block of content and the lower part of the screen to bring up the menu. Now suppose you select Madhya Pradesh and you go to Gwalior and your presentation is just going on, and now you want to come back. So for coming back, there is this menu called the Sun menu. I call this a Sun menu. So you click on the Sun menu, a simple elegant interface pops up. You can get the about from this. You can close the presentation from here. You can go to home from here. You can get special notes. You can insert special notes in your presentation from here, and you can get the help from here. So a presentation that is very long and has a lot of sections and subsections, just you can use this interface for creating menus in that presentation. Now another thing that I did was for making this Gwalior Fort presentation, we had this since director sir wanted me to make an interface that is easy to use for a lot of people, and since this is based only on PowerPoint, the thing is it has very good graphics. It is just roughly 200 or 300 KB in size, because we are just using shapes. So this is how the development process took place. I first designed the menu. I thought we'll be using this menu because we wanted Tourisma to be a big application. We wanted Tourisma to cater to all the states in the country. So that's why I designed this menu. But later on I found out that we would require a lot of information. We would require information about each and every city of the country, and we don't want information in a boring format. We want information to be such that it seems like a story. So before moving ahead, I just thought I'll do something on Gwalior Fort. So this was the initial interface that I designed. So if you see in this particular interface, you can click on the right panel. Just a moment. You can click on the right panel to move to the next block of content, and click on the left panel to move to the previous block of content. But in this implementation, the problem was that a lot of screen space was being compromised. We were compromising the left pane and the right pane. So to overcome this, I designed an now we even wanted the menu. So I thought, let's just place the menu in the lower bottom. So this yellow bar, if you click on this yellow bar, you'll get the menu. But then again, I thought that this thing is compromising the whole screen. So what I did was, we have this box which I call the touch panel. Now this touch panel is the one that receives the touch input, touch or click. You click anywhere on the box, which is actually on the slide itself. So that will move to the next block of content. Now I coupled it with another touch box, another touch panel, which was placed in the lower bottom of the screen. I think this was the development thing. The final thing was this. So I have one touch panel here and one touch panel in the bottom part of the screen, which takes the input for the menu. Now as we moved ahead, now in order to explain it to you how this actually happens, we have A. Okay, this is the top level menu, and this is B, another top level menu. I click on A, we get C, D, E and F. Okay, I click on back, we come back again. I click on B, we get G, H, I, J. I click back, we come back again. Now suppose I click on B, I get these menus. Now I click on G, we get G. I click on I, there's I. I click on G, again G, J, H, I. I can click on any of these. So the idea is, using this kind of a menu, we can go from one part of the slide to any other part of the slide using just this menu. Another use of this concept was a game that I designed during InfoSub. Now in this particular game, there is a set of hexagons on the screen. Now there are two teams that have to play a quiz. The two teams will be called as orange team and the green team. Now the purpose is to select a number. When you select any number, suppose let's say you select 11, so a question will pop up. Now whichever team answers it correctly will get that block colored to the color of their team. The objective of this game is to color the blocks. You have to connect your green, the green team has to connect from green to green, and the orange has to connect from orange to orange. That's the concept of the game, and this game is based totally on PowerPoint. That is the uniqueness of this game. And the total size of this presentation is just 600 KB. It's actually 523 KB. So that is a unique thing about it. So that was what I wanted to say, that using PowerPoint and using it in a very innovative way, you can transform your class presentations, you can transform any kind of presentation into a easily navigable presentation. You can easily navigate from A to B to C, anywhere from your slide to home and to back to your content using this kind of an interface. And using this kind of interface, you can design a lot of games that are based on touch and click and hover animations or hover effects. So that was it. You can just move ahead with the Gwalior Fort thing. So I hope a lot of you might be already knowing about Gwalior. So that's all. I couldn't collect a lot of information because I would actually have to go to Gwalior Fort and see how things are done there, and I'd have to ask the tourist guide to tell me how it is done so that I can assimilate it and make it in the form of an information that is interesting and not the way the tourist guide are used to saying it. So that was me, Gaurav. And thank you for being so patient and listening to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.